Hey everyone, welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3, which should be the final session of this, the main game. Alright, so with the battle gates here, I looked into the super boss. The super boss is I have to fight like 14 of these things. I'm not even sure where all of them are. I just decided, that super boss really isn't worth it. It's not all that interesting. I've never fought it myself. So instead, we're going to be fighting the regular bosses. We just climb up this wall and we're into battle with the Xehanorts. So we will just get right into it. Some of you guys that live in other countries are lucky. You already got Godzilla vs. Kong. I have to wait until Wednesday. And you can bet, since it's streaming, as soon as I wake up, I'm just going to be going over to HBO Max and watching it immediately. I did watch King of the Monsters again last night. I love that movie. And I'm all caught up on the Monsterverse again. So yeah, we're not quite ready to fight Master Xehanort yet. First, we gotta fight his right-hand men, I guess, that are also him. And some Xemnas and young Xehanort. Oh right, I forgot to tell you.
Settle down, boy. It's Sora! The 13 darknesses and 7 lights have clashed 9 times, yielding these 9 keys.
See, I'm not sure your math really works out on that, because they just said clash. He didn't say anything about winning. So, they fought, groups of 3 fought groups of 2 before I showed up, and then it was 3v3. It should be a lot more than 9.
If you do summon Kingdom Hearts, we will defeat you, and we will close it again.
Perhaps. That is, if you survive that long.
Alright. It's a good thing we're stronger than we usually are, because I remember fighting young Xehanort in Dream Drop Distance. If we had to fight 3 final bosses at the same time at their normal powers, this would be a hell of a fight. As it stands, this is already a bit of a difficult encounter, especially when they take my teammates away from me. And he can do stuff like that. This fight is really the primary reason I ended up buying the Kupo coin way back in the Monsters Inc. world. Because I'm like, well, I'm probably gonna end up using it at some point. It's either gonna be I'm gonna end up using it either against that mini boss I said I was worried about having trouble with, or it's gonna be here. Yeah, see, and the problem is they keep fucking moving around. Oh, Mickey. Okay, they're back. Cool. I didn't even quite realize. Thank you. I also really do not have any idea how to avoid things. No, that's... Why the hell would you think that I want to target him instead of the guy that's closest to me? Thankfully, this is a fight that just gets easier the further I get into it. Because, I keep killing them and then they go away and it's all good. And, of course, they teleport around. He puts up these AoE attacks. And the entire time, I have to worry about everything else that's going on. Like, they're all gone. There's one of them. Was I low on health? If that's the case, then thank you, Mickey. Oh, wow, he is. Young Xehanort was taking some real damage from that hammer. Oh, God, and of course, as soon as I try and get in, someone else interrupts me. That was a good interrupt there, Riku. Okay, young Xehanort's down. The one that's the most difficult in his base game. Now, I mentioned last week that Vanitas very much had a fuck you reaction to hey, you beat me. Young Xehanort is that even worse.
I told you. There's a high price to pay for all of this.
And what price would that be?
I'll go back to my time and live out my life.
Playing my mobile spinoff.
Sora, you're done now. Your journey ends here.
What?
Goodbye, Sora. Your time in this world is...
He didn't even get a chance to finish. Alright, so that just leaves Ansem and Xemnas. They still take everyone away from me. Hey there. Oh, hey, I was blocking there. I'll just heal. Yeah, I'm just going to keep you in the air for a second, Xemnas. And I'm using that aerial recovery counter for all it's worth. Man, when Xemnas popped up in the first game, do you think he was expecting any of this to ever happen? Like, I'm just going to get absolutely beaten up by a kid wielding a giant hammer. And then I take him out with a merry-go-round. Riku, Mickey, are you guys having fun? Please tell me this is going to kill Ansem. Yes, alright. I killed Ansem with a carousel. Life is good. I said, you think when the first time he fought it, never mind the hammer, you think the first time he fought us, he thought he'd be taken down by a merry-go-round.
What a journey you and I have had.
You know, it's strange. I think I'm gonna miss you.
Your strength is vaster than darkness.
Ooh, coming from Ansem, that is high praise.
I never stood a chance. Part of me wanted to defy my fate. But when the others betrayed us, I found I did not care. And then, nothing else seemed to matter anymore.
Ansem.
What? It is time to move on, boy. There is more to seek. So go forth now and seek it.
See, the way I interpret everyone who sort of accepts their defeat gracefully is just, they've been used by Xehanort all this time, they've fought us all this time, and they're just tired. It's like, okay, if that's how it's going to be, then fine. Oh, I didn't think they were going to shoot lasers at me. I believe in my first playthrough I also had Xemnas as the last one, which I think is kind of fitting just because he was the final boss of my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. It's nice to leave him for last. And now when he's the only one left, he's not going to be too much trouble. Oh, I could take him out with a carousel too, but nah, I'm going to stick with the hammer. Unless he, runs away, and then there'd be a problem. There we go. Alright then. So that's our last battle with anyone besides Xehanort himself. Notice that I'm not saying the penultimate battle.
Bested yet again.
Because the reason why I didn't just get through all of this when we had half an hour left on the last stream is because I knew we still had a lot more to go.
Worth it?
I feel the emptiness where my companions once stood. I took them for granted. And now I have nothing. My first surge of emotion in years. For as long as I can remember. And it's loneliness. Do you see?
I do like that line, I admit.
It's just pain.
Pain is being human, Zemnis.
Really? It must take incredible strength.
I actually do really kind of like Xemnas' final farewell. I think there's something very poignant about it. But there we go, all three of them are taken out. Now, Xehanort, back to you. Alright, and now that we've clashed 12 times, 12 parts of the 13 needed for the Keyblade have been forged. That means we'll have to clash one more time. One more person will have to be bested.
Leaving just one more.
The thing is, the fates, the universe's definition of a battle between light and darkness is a bit loose. Like, it's very clear someone has to be taken down for it to count, as we can clearly see. But they count curb stomp. They count one-hit kill. So remember how the game spent so much time building up Kairi? Like, she spent all this time training. She spent the entire game training until we used her Keyblade with Axel. A Keyblade she had an idea how to use in 2, when she was just given one out of nowhere. This is what it all amounted to. Kairi being captured and just killed. In order to motivate Sora and get the final piece of the Keyblade. That's it. Remember back in Kingdom Hearts 1 when Kairi had a character?
Done it.
Xehanort!
Also, Ultima. Someone tries a new Ultima. That's cool. Except for the fact that Mickey's little spell there was already long overshadowed by Zeta Flare. Also, apparently Xehanort can use all these Keyblades like Virgil uses his summon swords. So I didn't realize this for quite a while, but I guess I'm not the only person streaming Kingdom Hearts right now. Right? Not like right now, but at this general point in time. You might be like, yeah, no shit, these are really popular games. Plenty of people are streaming them. I mean like someone specific. I found out like 2 weeks ago, I think. It was mentioned in a Nostalgia Critic video. Doug Walker's been streaming Kingdom Hearts for like 2 months now. It was actually really surprising. I finally checked. He started Kingdom Hearts 2 yesterday. I watched his first Kingdom Hearts 1 stream earlier today, and, you know, you can clearly tell he doesn't play many video games. He got lost very easily, he doesn't quite understand how to use the controller, he needed plenty of help from the other person he had on the call, but for a 3-hour session, he did pretty alright. He got to Wonderland. Like, I think that's... He made it generally about as far as I did, I think.
Might be able to use a couple of more half points.
Donald. Goofy.
And that's not really the time to be joking. One of my best friends, possibly my girlfriend, just died.
Master Xehanort.
Yeah. But he controls Kingdom Hearts now. And Kyrie. You worry?
Sorry we took so long. Had a couple of plot points that needed ironing out.
Oh, you clearly didn't do a very good job, because this story is a mess.
He did it. He opened Kingdom Hearts.
So what now?
And he started playing it. Lucky for us, we're already on the conclusion of the third game. We are way ahead of him in the race. Unless he is a killer speedrunner. I don't know. He might be.
Still got one hope. Your Majesty, Riku, are you okay?
Oh, we're fine.
Yeah.
What hope?
Our hearts.
During the Mark of Mastery exam, we learned that he can transcend space and time.
That's generally a pretty godlike power.
He's a portal, and we can use that to trap him.
Alright, so when did you figure this out?
It won't be easy. Aqua, Riku, I'll need both your help if we're gonna push Xehanort out of this world.
I like that specifically those two. Like, I understand they're the only two masters here. But, I mean, everyone else is strong enough, I would think. At least most of them.
Kingdom Hearts is a much bigger threat. Let me handle Xehanort while you guys keep it shut.
Yeah, and this. All of these Keyblade wielders together. And Sora's like, no, I'll go it alone. Like, yo, think about how cool it would be to have everyone, all of these characters, especially the Wayfinder trio, just all of these people whose Xehanort's lives, all these people whose lives Xehanort had ruined,
Okay, Sora.
getting the chance to get closure, take their revenge. But nah, Sora's the protagonist, so he's the one that's gonna do it. Also Donald and Goofy.
Without keyblades?
I would say, and I would at least like the option to like put two of them in my. No, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, I would have liked the option to put two of them in my party. Like, I was thinking, like, yeah, but having Donald and Goofy there with Sora to the very end is nice. But this game lets you have 4 extra party members. Let me take 2 of them with me. Let me take, like, Aqua and Roxas.
Sora,
Oh, hey,
Whatever your name was.
Kyrie will be all right. I can feel it.
thank you.
I don't think she was trying to make any sort of statement there, like, our hearts are still connected, I know she'll be okay. Like, I think it was just hope. But honestly, with this series, you sort of have to assume the difficult answer.
Do it!
Oh, was he still flying up there? Alright, he's dead. Come on, we shot him through with the beam of light. Like, that's how we took out Xemnas in 2. Now we fly into his battle gate, because that's just legit what it is. They couldn't just give us a generic portal. Like, no, it's specifically the battle gate that we were just introduced to in this world. So we've already had 2 disappointments in this session. The way they've treated Kyrie and the way that everyone else doesn't get to do anything. You ready for one more? Because I think we can take one more. Look at this.
Where are we?
We're in a brand new world. In fact, I mean new. This is the first game we've ever seen it. This is the, not only is it a really interesting looking location, but if you were paying attention at the very beginning, this is where Ericus and Xehanort and all the other students learning the Keyblade at the time, this is where they were. This is where they lived. This place has an important part in the Keyblade wielder's legacy. Wouldn't you love to run around here, explore it, learn something about it? We don't get that.
Xehanort has to be somewhere in town.
We are here strictly for a fight. And I mean, we will be looking around a good part of the town during that fight. But it's going to be in the fight. You can't really take in the scenery under those circumstances.
It sure is awful quiet here.
And you might think, like, okay, well, that's something they could have rectified in the DLC. You know, Remind. Remind is all about the finale. They could have done more here. We come back here during the DLC, yes. Do more? No. See, and this is where we learn the truth that Xehanort was actually just a hologram the entire time. Oh, these guys do. Yeah, I guess they do have heads. It's kind of hard to tell with the gaps in the armor and like the headpiece, but no, I think I saw heads in there.
Serious?
I don't know who they are. I don't even know what the names of these things are. But guess what? We're going to be fighting the council.
I don't think they're the locals.
Ready?
I don't know. This could be a really weird town, Goofy. And it's not even just a straight fight either. They're hiding. We gotta find them. There we go. Yeah, they don't even get like a name in the information. It's just, they're mysterious. There's no such thing as mysterious. Thankfully, they all share one health bar, so that's good. Okay, they're organization members. Yeah, I guess I forgot about that. They do use, like, their weapons. I was starting to come up with some sort of a theory, like, these are the, like, controlled, or at least they're meant to be symbolic of all of the other students that studied with Xehanort. There weren't 12 of them that we've seen in Dark Road, but there were at least a couple that had names. Okay, yeah, and once you, like, deal enough damage to them, they run away. It'd be nice if you guys drop some magic orbs. So now we just kind of wander around the town, not take in the sights. We are just looking for these things. Ow. I probably should have done something about that, I admit. Yeah. Right, I'm already dying, and I haven't. Thank you, Donald. It's like I'm already dying, and I haven't even had time to let my MP recharge. Okay, so when we've dealt enough damage to the other organization, I guess. Now the sky. Like, that thing looks awesome, but it really doesn't belong in that magic circle. That looks super cool, but it doesn't really fit with the style of Kingdom Hearts. Like, that looks like the countrywide transmutation circle from Full Metal Alchemist. That's more what I think when I see that, okay? Okay, why the hell did you walk onto that one up there, Sora? Okay, good. They're gonna come back down now. Dang it, I wasted my meteor. I just wanted some invincibility frames. Oh, wow. That was a lot of HP orbs. Okay, now you just gotta kind of run around again until you... There they are. There we go. Alright, so I guess I was incorrect when I said that the previous fight was the last one without Xehanort. I guess this one was. I completely forgot about this, I'm not gonna lie to you.
All the places to be sent.
Because it really blended in with the Xehanort battle we have.
Master Xehanort!
Behold, this town. Once a seat of power for all Keyblade wielders. It is the nexus from which all worlds spring.
Interesting. So it's the Phantom Blot guys.
Here I and my other selves can be one. United in Scala et Caelum.
Scala ad Caelum. According to the Kingdom Hearts wiki, that is Latin for Stairway to Heaven. Clearly just Nomura trying to be symbolic without really meaning anything by it. I can't even criticize him. I like doing that kind of thing too. Okay, like I'm making my RPG. I named the king of the country you start in after Leia, after the Celtic god of the sea. It doesn't mean anything. I just wanted to do it. I hope you like that little speech Xehanort give, because that is literally all of the backstory we get about this place. The nexus from which all other worlds spring. Should be really important. That one sentence was all we had. So anyway, of course, this is a Kingdom Hearts game. We gotta fight like a super pimped out version of the final boss. Officially, his name is Armored Xehanort. I like to call him Goathead Xehanort. I think you can tell why. And it does that weird thing certain armors do where his face is in the neck, as you can see there, and the head is just there for decoration. It's like a Godzilla costume. And he can inception the place.
You guys okay?
We tumbled a little bit. That's really nothing, no cause for concern. Oh man, if we were Spider-Man, he wouldn't be having this kind of a time with us. Okay, some of those stretching effects look kind of bad. Okay, so Armored Xehanort. The town's kind of green now. Oh, wow, that was a really quick landing animation. Oh. As you can see, he's got quite a number of health bars. So it's a good thing we really leveled up our strength. Take as many of them out at a time as we can. Man, I really don't have to think much about my healing because I put Donald on good priority. And you are going to be doing a lot of aerial combat here. Until he spikes me to the ground like a goddamn volleyball. Oh, and teleports me up next to him so I can hit him some more. Honestly, I probably should be blocking a bit more. But I think I'm doing pretty well for myself, I would say. Oh, okay, well, Donald got to me too. Oh, ow, ow. Okay, I'm gonna hide a little bit. Oh, oh. He somehow managed to find me. Oh, wow, I hit him like a couple times. Amazing. What the hell? Oh, okay. It's like a wind current. Okay. I thought that was like a glitch for a second. Hey, Donald, would you like to do something? Oh, that wasn't the right one. There we go. Yeah, Blaster Blaze is really not going to be the right move here. Alright, let's let him face my drill. Alright, that was enough to drill me into the second phase, alright. This fight does kind of take a while. And that's kind of annoying. The environment's a bit cool, but we've basically seen all that we need to do because we really don't have to try very hard. Although, actually, if I'm remembering correctly, there actually might be a little something of some interest here. Yes, we have an underwater portion to the fight. Thank God this is Kingdom Hearts 3 underwater combat. If it was 1, this would be an absolute night. Actually, what am I saying? If this was 1's final boss was underwater combat. It wasn't underwater. I completely forgot about that. Thankfully, we've at least got some projectiles. We basically have projectiles underwater, so that's good. I think actually the underwater section might be a little bit easier. It's okay, I can last a little bit longer. Oh. Oh, okay, he's really ripping me apart there. Oh. Okay, just give me a quick... Now, where is he? There he is. I don't exactly remember how long this section lasts for. So anyway, into other topics. Oh, that was quite the news scare we had early this week with certain Game Grumps news. Okay, underwater section's over. I saw what was happening and I just felt my heart sink like, oh no, please don't tell me. And then like a day later, it was basically all disproven. It's like, oh, okay, phew. It makes me really happy that I record on Saturdays because if I had to record on Sunday night when that news was still fresh, I would just be in a downer mood. And now the whole town's covered in goop. I don't know why the Xehanort battle is playing Darkness of the Unknown. Like, that's more Xemnas' theme. I don't know if there are other songs that are mixed in here, but it's definitely, at the very least, partially Darkness of the Unknown. Oh yeah, and for some reason we can, like, glide now. There's no, like, ascending or descending or anything like that. Oh, I was starting to shot walk there. Don't need to do that. Ow. I don't want to get close to that. Okay, well, I don't have too much of a choice but to get close. It's a shame that hurt really bad. Okay, get back here. There we go. Okay, I can always start hitting him again. I gotta buy time for my MP to recharge. Only a couple health bars left. Oh yeah, we lost Donald and Goofy somewhere along the way. I kind of noticed. I didn't really pay it too much attention, though. Oh god, I really wish you could, like, guard cancel. Because it'd be really nice if I was kind of in the middle of an attack because I'm button mashing and I realize, like, he's going to get in there. I'm like, oh, okay, let's just stop that. Okay, Armored Xehanort's down. Now, thankfully, despite the fact that this whole final section does take a while, it is nice that it's not like Kingdom Hearts 2 where you have to fight, like, 3-4 separate bosses. I appreciate that. Like, we took out Armored Xehanort, and now we have to fight normal Xehanort. And then it's all good. At the top of the tallest tower, the Keyblade Academy, remember? Because they're not going to tell you. And it does at the very least make me very happy that this game came out after Birth by Sleep invented the retry button on the continue screen where you just retry the fight. Because imagine having to do that all prior fight. And even the Xehanort fight before... No, never mind. Just that... Both the fights in Scalad Kylum. Because that was the last time we got to just walk around. Like it was in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
You thought you could contain me here, knowing all that you do about connections?
Connections are based on the heart and you don't have any friends anymore. Alright. Keyblade to Keyblade. Let's do it. Yeah, despite the fact that he is a wrinkly, frail old man who needed to get a new body, he is still going to put up quite a fight. Alright, man, I'm ready. Yeah. I'm feeling hyped up and ready with my weird cactus Keyblade. I remember this finally being the fight when I was playing this game for the first time to be like, oh yeah, blocking. I should do something with that. Blocking. I think I've heard of that before. Like I'm a Slayer player or something. Oh, he spiked me. He thankfully at least has less health in his old man form, which really should go without saying, but listen, it's a video game. Final bosses always have more phases, even more health bars as they go on, even when it doesn't really make sense. Hey, stand still, Xehanort. I missed. Dang it. Honestly, I'm starting to think the hammer might not be the best option for this fight. Yeah, once you actually realize, like, hey, I should probably be blocking, the rhythm's pretty good with the counters. And you can start pulling off stuff like that. Now, Xehanort's machinations have continued on for a very long time. Do you think he ever thought that he'd be taken down by a kid with a giant hammer? Do you think all his careful planning ever led to this? Did he ever foresee this as the outcome? Okay, and yeah, this is another thing. The music it's playing is Rage Awakened. It's a fantastic boss theme. It's probably my favorite boss theme in the series. But it has never been a song that's represented Xehanort. In fact, it is a song that represents a defiance to Xehanort, in fact. Which I guess maybe you could say... Actually, you know what? I think I have heard people suggest the theory that the song represents Sora now. At the very least, partially Rage Awakened, because the song it's playing right now is different. And having that second counter attack is also nice. As I just land on him with a hammer. Sure. Fireworks. Sadly, attraction commands don't happen during this fight. So... Okay, yeah, for some reason, he said, like, overwhelms me with darkness, I guess, and now I'm stuck in rage form. Okay. I should probably actually be a little more cautious here, because I can't really heal like this. Especially since it's not just a game of waiting it out at this point. Okay, although, thankfully Donald could still heal me. And I just gotta keep fighting him until I can get my light back. You know, however that's defined. Okay, and picking up light also gives me health back, so that's good. Return to the light. There we go. And it's like a shot lock. Okay, that was a weird little diversion. Ow, I mistimed that a little bit. Yeah, I should probably just be moving. Good old Kingdom Hearts 1 dodge roll spamming. Phew, that was close. Thank God for, once more. Yeah, I'm just gonna block all those. Because you ain't shit, Xehanort. Alright, Meteor. Got Meteors. For a rare like assist command, Meteor sucks. Okay. Oh, he moved. Oh, nope, never mind. We got him caught in another combo. Okay. Last ray. Oh, well, that didn't work. I guess we're done. That's a shame. Yeah. Old man still got a little bit of fight left in him. As he's corrupted the Kingdom Hearts inside of his portal. And now we gotta... Never mind, I was gonna say we have to resist his thing. Sorry, I guess I failed. Good work, everyone. We tried. Weird that the game over text isn't appearing now. I'm still trying to hit continue, though. Oh, you know what? It didn't happen, darn it. There's a cool little detail there that I really like, where through the PS4 controller speaker you hear Donald and Goofy calling out to you. I forgot a while back I completely muted my DualShock speaker, because, it is really annoying when you're trying to play Metal Slug Double X. Because every time you pick up a weapon, it comes through really loud on the controller speaker. Heavy machine gun, shotgun, laser, drop shot. It's really annoying. So I turned it off, and I'm mostly okay with that, but it did mess up this scene. That's a shame. And that's something that's not going to have anywhere near as much impact in the PC version, which I think is out now? I don't know, because it's just going to have to be coming through the computer, and you don't get that slight split between the action and the controller in your hand. It's not much, it's no putting the controller up to your ear to hear a phone calling No More Heroes. But it was alright, okay. So with that, we've beaten Kingdom Hearts 3 without ever actually dying in combat. I still failed a couple times. I think I believe it was, I failed the race once. I lost ship combat once, and I failed that sprint in the Keyblade Graveyard twice. But I never actually died in normal combat, which is better than I did in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, so that's cool. But if we're talking about how many times you saw the game over screen, 1 is still the victor. Because that was, I think, just once against Ursula.
A purge. The world will be returned whence it started. The world began in darkness, and from that darkness came light. From the light came the people. And the people had hearts. Evil burgeoned in those hearts, begetting more darkness.
Yeah, pay attention to what he's saying.
Spread across the world like a plague.
Does world really need to be capitalized?
Light, symbol of the world's hope, was devoured by shadow, leaving nothing but ruin and utter failure.
Yeah, he's going where you think.
The light of Kingdom Hearts, it can give us a new start. An empty world, pure and bright.
It wasn't your decision to make.
Xehanort was a well-intentioned extremist this whole time. The grand villain of this entire saga, the Dark Seeker saga, the grand, greater scope villain that we have been fighting this whole time, that they have built up at this great villain, had good intentions. People were turning bad. There was so much darkness that the light was being overtaken. So he planned to return all worlds to darkness so that light could be reborn anew.
Xehanort.
Which is, pretty bad for the people that are already living here. But in the end, might have worked out okay. Who knows? So the question I really want to ask is, are we meant to feel sympathetic for him?
Make me think of an old friend.
I don't have a problem with humanizing your villain, giving him redeeming qualities. I'm fine with that. But you kind of have to set it up a little sooner than after you beat them as the final boss of a 9-game saga. Huh, you're glad to see you guys showed up to the party on time. I don't care if you Aqua, however, is fashionably late, so I'm okay with that.
Are you okay?
The old guy's beaten and bruised over there, you tell me.
Kingdom Hearts is closing on the other side, but we managed to follow our hearts to you.
Okay, still standing up, though. And everyone really seems too calm with this guy. Like, I would think Terra would be pissed at him. Everything he did. Either that or we're going to get the scene where Terra picks up Xehanort and throws him down into the Death Star core.
There's more to light than meets the eye.
Da, 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 da.
Don't you?
You sly fox.
Oh yeah, and by the way, Terra had another heart inside of him this whole time, too. It was Ericus, who Terra killed. I mean, mostly. Xehanort dealt the final blow.
Hand over the Keyblade, Xehanort.
I bet Mark Hamill really appreciated the paycheck he got to record 2 lines for this game.
But not for them.
I don't think Mark Hamill has a problem finding work.
No. I can do this.
You sound different than the last time I saw you, Xehanort.
Enough.
I do always wonder about this with, like, voice actors. Like, someone like Mark Hamill, who is a big name, comes in for probably less than an hour. He only had to record a couple lines for this game. And then he gets, he comes into the studio for less than an hour, reads a couple lines, does a few takes on them, and then leaves.
You might be surprised. Yeah, you got me.
Like, I would ask, is it worth the time? But on the other hand, it barely takes any time at all. Yeah, young Xehanort's really the kind of guy that flips the table.
Oh, come on. Good game today.
I tried.
Maybe I won't go as far as you. Huh? When the world needs a defender, they'll pick you, Ericus.
Is that piece in the middle of 4 different squares on the board? I don't think that's legal.
You think? But that doesn't mean that I can't be there for you.
Literally killing you, stabbing you in the back.
And I'll be there for you.
These two are great friends. Now let's go play Birth by Sleep again. Well, I was going to say Ericus being surprisingly forgiving of Xehanort here, but then I remembered that despite everything Xehanort had done, Ericus still invited him over at the beginning of Birth by Sleep. So, Ericus may not be the smartest person in this series.
Very well done.
Yeah, I don't think you've earned the right to be a graceful loser, Xehanort. After literally everything you've done. I know that the Keyblade's design is honestly pretty ugly, but I'm disappointed that beating the game did not give you like the Keyblade as an ultimate weapon.
Aqua. Then, forgive your foolish teacher.
Oh, okay. I guess despite the fact that he is a heart that is projecting to everyone, he still has enough of a physical form to hug.
I put you through such a harrowing experience.
It would have been a sadly comedic scene if they all ran to hug him and they just passed through him and then like, tripped and fell on the floor.
Terra, look after them for me.
It would have been a huge mood whiplash. I kind of would have liked it. Oh god, heart attack. I am old after all.
Ready, my friend? Yes.
Yeah, look how friendly these two are being. Never forget that Xehanort's the reason Ericus has that scar over his eye. Like, you really cannot just expect us to forgive and forget all of this, guys. I can tell that's what you're kind of trying to do here, Square Enix. You can't do it. You can't. This is a pretty weak payoff. Oh boy, yes, I am streaming right now. Thank you for telling me, YouTube. Only took an hour this time.
Sora, let's close it.
Everybody help me out.
Do we really have to, or is this just a symbolic gesture? I mean, you've literally got the ultimate weapon right here, Sora. Yeah, and these guys aren't even taking out their Keyblades to help close. They're sharing their power so Sora can become a Super Saiyan God. How do you like that, Obama? I shot light on the moon. And I made it a lighter moon. Well, looks like all's well that ends well, right? So many worlds fell to darkness, many people died. But it's all forgiven. And look at that. Roxas and Ven are standing right next to each other, and neither one of them looks at the other to say, hey, so what the hell is up with you? Like, how do you do that? Writers, how do you do that? How do you never acknowledge this?
No.
Like, it's not like it was something that was just so well established in previous games they didn't need to say it. Like, it's barely established why Roxas looks like Ven. You have enough leeway that you can make a joke out of it here, guys. I'm cool with that.
My whole journey began the day I lost her. And every time I find her, she slips away again.
I don't know. You all seemed like you were pretty good at the end of 2.
But she's out there, alone. Not for one more second.
1.
That's right.
Thank you, Donald.
Kingdom Hearts 4, The Search for More Kairi.
Go it alone.
Sora, listen. The power of waking isn't to go chase hearts around.
I mean, I know you did it to get us.
Kyrie, you might never come home to us again.
I will. And we'll both be back before you know it.
Please.
Let him go, Mickey.
Riku just whispers in Mickey's ear, if Sora doesn't come back, I can share the Palpu fruit with Kairi.
Now believe in him.
Yeah. Safe journey, Sora.
Thank you.
You know, Mickey, if you're fully aware of what the power of waking can do if you use it in this manner, could have given him a little heads up like, yeah, this could kill you or something. But nah, just safe travels. Look at that, Mickey finally gets to come back. Yeah, remember, he left at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1 here. Never mind, I was going to say he hasn't been back here since. Recoded. Yeah, that's right. Listen, the less we have to think about recoded, the better. Oh, do you normally live here, Yen said? Merlin's been here more than you have. For our old bearded magician. It is nice that they managed to find a way to fit in simple and clean. Yeah, Chirithy was looking for someone that he hasn't seen in a long time and has forgotten about him. Yeah, it's Ventus. Ventus is like thousands of years old. He existed before the time of the first Keyblade War. I hope you played the mobile game or you would have absolutely no idea of that. Oh, and look at that. Axel finally put on his new clothes. The plaid. Now, I'm not saying Shion looks bad in her normal street clothes, but her more than anyone else, I'm just so used to seeing in the cloak. Because she is the only character of this group that we have never seen in anything besides the black cloak. Shion just looks at Olette and he's like, you got another girl while I was gone? And then the scene ends and one of them slips and falls and finally dies because this is the stupidest place to eat ice cream. Oh yeah, and I guess we're just supposed to sort of forgive Syx as well. He didn't do as much evil stuff, and his good side was established better. Hey, so Namine's back. Oh, allow me to contain my excitement. And these two still have nothing to say. Listen, even if Nominate doesn't really do all that much and really didn't do anything in this game, we gotta have her as part of the big group. Enough to get her onto the titles, onto the cover art. Because this game is a happy ending for everybody. This is quiet enough, I'm not gonna get a copyright claim. Should I sing? Yeah, you know what I'm gonna sing. Forget it. I did it, and for one. We'll do it here. How did I live in a kingdom of thieves and people who say things that don't really mean, no. You're only everything I ever dreamed of. You must be kidding me, did you really think I could say no? I want you for a lifetime, so if you're gonna think twice, baby, I don't wanna know, baby, I don't wanna know, everything is just right. But if you're gonna think twice, baby, I don't wanna know, baby, I don't wanna know. I really don't get what everyone else believes. So why do I say things I don't really mean? No, you're only crying 'cause I never dreamed it'd take this long, I want you for a lifetime, so if you're gonna think twice, baby, I don't wanna know, baby, I don't wanna know, everything is just right. But if you're gonna think twice, baby, I don't wanna know, baby, I don't wanna know. Don't think twice, don't think twice, don't think twice, baby, don't think twice. If you want to take it to an even higher level, all you gotta do is say the word, you know I'll follow. If you want to take it to an even higher level, I don't mind. If you want to make it happen, nothing's impossible. All you gotta do is say the word and walls will crumble. If you want to make it happen, nothing's impossible. I want you for a lifetime, so if you're gonna think twice, baby, I don't wanna know, baby, I don't wanna know, everything is just right. But if you're gonna think twice, baby, I don't wanna know, baby, I don't wanna know. Kiss me once, kiss me twice, kiss me 3 times, cross the line. Don't think twice, don't think twice, don't think twice, baby, don't think twice. Kiss me once, kiss me twice, kiss me 3 times, pierce the line. Kiss me once, kiss me twice, kiss me 3 times, be mine. Don't think twice, don't think twice, don't think twice, baby, don't think twice. And that was Don't Think Twice by Hikaru Utada. Possibly my favorite vocal theme in the Kingdom Hearts series. Simple and Clean is also really good, but I think Don't Think Twice is a bit better. So yeah, Sora did use the power of waking. He found Kairi's heart and he brought her back, but he did have that price to pay. Young Xehanort was correct. His journey ended and Sora is gone. Kinda. They're obviously going to try and get Sora back. How well they succeed in Melody of Memory, I don't know. I still haven't played that one. I have seen, though, that my library does have Melody of Memory. That's good, yeah. And they don't... Once again, I guess whatever contract they have with Disney means they're not allowed to credit the voices of all these characters. Like, come on. So that was Kingdom Hearts 3, everyone. And for the end of the Dark Seeker saga, I think it really wrapped up everything in this entire series very well. Except for like a million things. Okay, they do credit the voices, they just don't bother telling you who they voiced. Like, come on. Yeah, I think they mostly got everything covered except for things like what happened to all the Final Fantasy characters. Like, why didn't they do anything? And once again, I hate when things do this. Ira said Gula and Envy are credited. Like, they have voice, so it's like, oh, okay, I guess they're in the game. I guess that's the post-credit scene. Like, save the credits related to the post-credit scene until after the post-credit scene, alright? Not Godzilla, Kong Skull Island had the same problem. You know, if you're sitting through the credits, you watch it, and it says, Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Rodan are all copyright owned by Toho. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess the post-credit scene is going to have those four. So, more importantly, where did Cloud and Sephiroth go? Like, they went to another world. Where was that? At this point, it very well could be Smash Brothers. They're both there. It might be. Speaking of Final Fantasy characters, what happened to Zack? Like, he was in Birth by Sleep. The credit scene for that showed him getting taken away. There was a black feather, which implied Sephiroth, who wasn't the person that killed Zack in Final Fantasy canon. So, I don't know. What happened? There's probably a lot of other things this series doesn't. This game didn't wrap up that I'm just not thinking of at the moment. What was in that black box? You know what? Maleficent and Pete spent the entire game looking for that. The organization had interest in it, but then they just kind of all dropped it. Seeing as, again, that's a plot point that's been... it's a plot point that's been mentioned since, like, that back cover. That was it. Which I understand wasn't that long ago, but it was clearly extremely important. They felt the need to bring it in here. How about all of that Union Cross stuff that they just finally brought into the important canon with this game, and we still have not gotten any more answers to? Like how Larxene, Marluxia, Demyx, and Luxord are all apparently Keyblade wielders? I wonder what's up with that. The Chirithy and Ventus? Who knows? Yeah, the story, much like most Kingdom Hearts games, the story is not this game's strong point. In fact, even by Kingdom Hearts standards, it does kind of mess up in a lot of important ways, like pacing of the story, how basically nothing happens until you get to the final world of the game. Well, not technically the final world, but once you get to the Keyblade Graveyard in the last act. Oh, wow, like that percentage, like they have to let you know, like, no, these songs are completely and utterly owned by Disney, and don't you forget it. So, and this game also failed in a couple other ways, like the fact that it simplified combat with, like, the lack of reaction commands, though, again, it deepened it in a lot of other ways. A lot of the bosses aren't so special. It really bungles the motivations of the villain. So there's a lot of people that really do not enjoy this game. Like, they said, like, oh, this game was such a huge disappointment. It was a letdown. I don't think that's the case. I still think that Kingdom Hearts 3 is a great entry in the series. In fact, it is second only to Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite. Because 3 just does so much right. It looks gorgeous. It does, at the very least, provide a conclusion to this saga, even if it does set up so many questions in the next one. Like, they don't give us a break. Like, you know, people talk about how long they set up the MCU, but at the very least, after Endgame, like, it was a break. Like, that was very clearly everything they had been setting up. Or mostly everything, you know. Certain things they did just kind of forget about, whatever. People don't particularly care about those ones, whatever. I think the having the much bigger worlds is really nice. The fact that the worlds are populated is good. The structure of them is usually good, except for the Frozen world. They try most of the time to have stories. new original stories that tie into what the organization is doing. Again, Frozen does kind of bungle that because of Disney mandates. The combat in this game is absolutely perfect. Like, it is just so fluid. They give you so many options. It is just a joy to play, though surprisingly, it does not make it too difficult to go back. Like, summer 2019, only a couple months after this game came out, I went back to play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I can still go back to the super dated Kingdom Hearts 1, no problem. So whatever the case, I still think that Kingdom Hearts 3 is a great entry in the series. I think it was a lot of fun to play. I enjoy it. Still enjoyed it just as much the second time. Even if 2 is a slightly better... It's actually kind of the same thing I mentioned in my Gunvolt Chronicles review. Like, yeah, Gunvolt Chronicles probably plays better, is a better designed game in the gameplay section, in the gameplay sense. But 2 wasn't a bad experience in that. It was still very fun, and it succeeded in a lot of other ways, like regarding story and content. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 is super light on content. Before the DLC came out, I was like, wow, we don't even have the critical mode yet. There's basically no extra stuff. Like, you can go out of your way to complete all the photo missions, get all of the lucky emblems, do all the cooking, but do stuff in the gummy ships, but you really didn't get a reward out of it. Like, I think Ultimate Weapon was still in the original version, but you had that. There was a super boss that really was just a big heartless. Like, it had no story significance. There was very little to do. The DLC does thankfully mitigate that by giving you plenty of extra stuff for the super hardcore player that I am not. But in any case, it was lacking a lot in its initial release. And it is going to have to deal with the fact that it could have been more. Like, they could have taken the time, all the time they had before this game came out. They could have made this game easily the best in the series. It didn't happen, but being second only to Kingdom Hearts 2 isn't that bad. Especially when you consider that I'm not really a big fan of a lot of the non-numbered games. Except for Chain of Memories. That is a game I do quite enjoy. In any event, okay, as you can see, this took us an hour and 20 minutes, and we're still not done with the credits. So yeah, it was definitely a good decision for me to save it for this week. But we've still got an hour and 40 minutes to go, so we can do some extra stuff. Not going for the super boss, not going for lucky emblems, because we're still not going to get the actually good ending, the, like, secret ending. But we do have that Remind DLC, so we can get started right on that. I'm sure that is going to be an excellent experience. Man, it's so weird to be watching the credits, giving all of my final thoughts on the game, and knowing, like, no, we ain't done. We still got plenty of stuff left to do in this stream and next week as well. Unless Remind is way shorter than I remember it being, and I can beat it in an hour and 40 minutes. I don't think that's going to be the case. If it is, then that's actually another complaint to have with it, but I can get more into that when we get there. Oh man, these credits. Like I said, if you do want to see how the story truly continues, because how well it continues in Remind is debatable. But there is Melody of Memory, which does have new important... It's a rhythm game, but it does have new important story content. Like I said, I still haven't played it. I got to get around to it at some point. But see, it costs money, and I don't really... It's still like a full price game, or at least like $50, and I don't quite have that to spend on a rhythm game. And I just spent $30 to get Final Fantasy IV on the PSP, which I haven't even started playing yet because I'm playing Sakura Wars right now through Saturn emulation, which was a slight problem to get running, and then I found that it was kind of off or not because I'm like, okay, I don't want to use Mednafend because it's got high system requirements. I'll download this Chronos program, and I mostly got it to work, except I had some weird issues getting the saving to work. So I then had to figure that out without really any help online. I just kind of had to get it working. But I did. I started playing it. And then I got to the card game, and it's like, and then Chronos has some weird bug where it just crashes anytime you try to play the card game. It soft locks, basically. Like, I can still pause the game and everything, but you can't continue. So I'm like, okay, great. So just to see if I could get to work, I had to set it up in Mednafen. And so I guess Sakura Wars isn't a very demanding game, because even on my meager computer, it runs fine. It runs better than Chronos does. So for any of you guys who care about playing Sakura Wars 1996, there you go. What part of this game used Air Droid? Well, yeah, droid. Yeah, you gotta pay Lucasfilm royalties anytime you use the word droid. Alright, well, just because we didn't get the secret ending doesn't mean we don't get a secret ending. A ending, at least. It's not a secret ending. I think everyone gets it. So remember how I was talking about how this game didn't connect very well to the mobile game despite them setting it all up? And how that Lushu's black box was just kind of completely forgotten? Here you go.
Finally, back where it belongs.
Okay, so they're trying to... It's like, okay, it's Lushu. He's got the Master of Masters Keyblade again. He's got the box. Oh, except they made the mistake of having him talk. So we immediately recognize his voice, because it's a character that's been in this series prominently for a long time. I can understand he's trying to disguise his voice a little bit, but didn't quite work. We're already all expecting the twist.
Did you summon us back?
Yep.
Is that you, Lucio? You look different.
Haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, Zigbar was 100%, had way more on him that they know than he was letting on. Like back in 2, he had more than he was letting on, and we were like, okay, it's because he was doing stuff in Birth by Sleep.
Some time ago, I had to cast
And then it turns out he's been around for way longer, and Zigbar was actually the greater scope villain.
semblances since, but it's still me.
What happened? Why are we here? You tell me!
I had a role to play. And after all these years, it's done. I guess Ava didn't make it after all.
Meaning what?
I told her clear as day what it is I had to do.
And is that why you decided to exclude her?
As if Ava had her own mission. She carried it out.
I've heard enough! Lucio, what was your role?
I hope you like long stories.
Because we've been here for a long time, and apparently we still got plenty to go. Because we still don't know what's in that box. We still don't know what Lucia's role was. We still don't really know what any of their roles were. We don't know what the Master of Masters was planning. We don't know why that Great Keyblade War had to happen. I really hope all of this gets explained in the next games. We really can't guarantee anything at this point.
Oh, right. What's this? I heard about this new game.
It's called Cards Against Humanity. don't know why I'm setting up chess pieces for it.
7 black pieces. And? Just watch.
Alright. So it's all leading up to something. What it is, we don't know. I'm sure not even Nomura really knows. He might have a better idea than the rest of us, but I'm sure he is still writing by the seat of his pants. Alright, let me look at my stats. Oh, that smug motherfucker. Even though he died, he knows he's the man. Okay, battle report. I took a screenshot of it the first time I played this game, but I don't have it up to compare. 2,800 enemies, 14 hours with favorite deputy, 36 miles, hyper hammer 126 times, 26% gunmanship, 18 out of 90, no consumed food, 22 hours. Alright, and yes, I will need to save my game, because we need to have clear data in order for Remind to use it. Alright, so stream's halfway down. So what we do now is we go into the downloadable content menu, and we start Remind. I can also do data greeting and slideshow, and limit cut, because I've unlocked all that. Nah, we'll just go Remind. Here we go. Start a new Remind from my normal save game. So Remind took almost a full year to release. Like, we were being teased of what it might have for months before it came out in January of 2020. And it's weird to think that this is only a year old. But most importantly, it included new story content. The thing is, leading up to it, we saw cutscenes like this in the trailer that clearly happened during the main game. I figured that the DLC would have implemented these into the game while you were playing it. No, it is all completely separate. And there's no way for you to implement all of this added content into the main game like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 Final Mixes did.
A riddle, just what I need.
There are many possibilities.
Oh yeah, we also got that trump card from Luxord. We don't know what that is.
Or the letter has truly gone missing. I can think of several reasons offhand. Guessing is simply useless.
Well, then just follow your orders, plain and simple.
Yes, that's what I've always done.
So now, I understand stuff is going on here, but I still have questions to ask. Did Xehanort know that Xigbar was Lucio? I mean, Xigbar must have at some point given him the Keyblade, because he had it. Or maybe not. No, I guess Lucio didn't carry the Keyblade with him.
Why is it of such critical importance to the organization? Furthermore, was it Xehanort or Xemnas who gave the order?
Well, it's tricky.
All Xehanort cares about is the clash between the 7 lights and 13 darknesses. It's unlikely he would hold such an interest in this mysterious box. Which means the order was issued by Xemnas, or the one who informed me of my task, you.
As if. It must have been Xemnas.
My inquiries suggested otherwise.
Oh, man. You asked him.
What are your intentions?
Look, I don't know what's in
And why does Xemnas just letting him do this when they could have something important to do?
back when. Aren't you curious? I heard
Since you're apparently a Keyblade wielder, the Luxord.
secrets.
And where did you hear this?
I don't remember. I keep my eyes and ears wide open, but I've traveled so many different places. It's hard to keep everything straight, you know?
So you seem like this could have shed some light on that whole Keyblade legacy thing with the organization members. It doesn't, though.
Why now? connection to the box, a secret from those around you. Sigmar, who are you really? No matter. It doesn't make a difference to me. It's all the same.
So what, you just wanted to make him sweat by asking questions? If you're not even going to get an answer and you don't care? Also, you left behind one of your cards. That one I wish we knew an answer to. Yeah, so does this look familiar? I feel like we just saw this cutscene.
No.
Which I mean works for framing, and when you consider like this came out a year after the main game, or if you took a break between playing the main game and this. But you really do not have to play the whole cutscene here, guys.
Sora.
My whole journey began the day I lost her. And every time I find her, she slips away again. I thought we'd finally be together. But she's out there, alone. Not for one more second.
One.
That's right.
Thank you, Donald, Goofy.
And to be fair, this was sort of what we were promised with Remind. It was, hey, it's the actual story of how Sora found Kyrie's heart.
Isn't to go chase hearts around.
So continuing on as an epilogue is fine.
Hey, Kyrie, you might never come home.
It's just kind of the route that epilogue takes us on.
And we'll both be back before you know it.
Please.
There's some parts of me that just wants to skip the cutscene, but no, this is part of the experience, guys.
Riku.
His heart and his mind are made up. Now believe in him.
Believe in the you that believes in him.
Safe journey, Sora.
Thank you.
But I am just feeling totally wiped here. We're only halfway through this stream. Well, okay, Goofy's face for a second there. It's like, oh. Alright, Kingdom Hearts 3, Remind, because this series loves using re as a prefix, even though they really never do anything with it. Oh boy. Is this what I think it is, guys? Is it another contextless cutscene? That's just there to raise more questions? I think it is.
So?
Yeah. It wards off darkness. It's useful.
Told ya. So, how'd it go?
Alright.
The tour.
So Xehanort was at one point in contact with the Master of Masters. So I guess he was around after the Great Keyblade War.
I learned the reason for my existence.
Oh, tell me more.
All around the world,
I bet Ray Chase has a good time voicing the Master of Masters.
they believe themselves to be moral and virtuous, but it's all an act. Darkness lurks in the pit of everyone's heart.
By the way, couldn't we have met somewhere a little more pleasant for this discussion? Like, I don't know, coffee shop.
Your trip around the world opened your eyes, but you got a little bit more than you anticipated. You must have seen a lot of darkness.
Those who are weak and who desire greater power simply strip the strong of their power and convince themselves they've earned it. That's how people become tainted by darkness. They believe what they want to believe, using hollow reasons as justification. They repeat this cycle, and their darkness grows.
So are we supposed to take like a
Feel the need to justify their actions.
like a tragic side to Xehanort? How he's talking about like these follies that humans fall into,
Better they be ruled by
and like this he himself falls victim to it.
but it's a lie.
Because you could very well apply all of this
Pretending to be wolves.
to Xehanort.
Though I admit, I can understand why.
Oh, never heard that one before. A Keyblade wielder willing to side with the darkness? Why not just let them be until the darkness consumes them?
Because left alone, the world would fall to chaos. There needs to be order.
You sure about that? Why not just sit back and watch it play out?
You're gonna live to be real old, right?
Understanding hearts is difficult. More so the emotions within. I simply realize that it's easy to dismiss what you don't comprehend.
All right, all right. The world needs you. Grant you that one.
I don't know what I can do, but I will act. What
Yeah.
comes next is too important.
And then his older self comes from the future to take care of all of it.
Dictate the future might be a pretty lousy move. So, you can make a change. You have that power. What do you want for the world?
What do you want?
Who knows? My training's coming to an end, and the exam's not far off. Maybe I can gain some clarity then.
You're letting the exam decide? Listen to me. The results don't matter. You believe the world needs you. Sounds like you already know where you're headed.
So is any of this clarified in Dark Road?
It's funny. Somehow, I can sense where I'm supposed to go. and
Like,
where
do we
I'm
get any
supposed to be.
context to this scene if you play through the whole story of Dark Road? I don't know.
Even this coat. There's something familiar about it. As if I'm meant to wear this.
It looks good on me.
No. You'll ditch it soon.
What do you mean?
I mean that one day you're going to outgrow it.
And then you'll have to get a bigger one.
If you truly possess great power, the darkness can't control you. You won't need a silly old coat to stay safe. In fact, you'll be the one controlling the darkness instead. Me, on the other hand, I'm too much of a scaredy cat to ever take mine off.
Who are you, really? Some kind of fortune teller?
Well, I could lie, tell you that's what I am, when I'm actually a brilliant artist, or even a scholar. I could tell you that I dream of world peace, and I'm actually planning for its destruction.
So when do you guys think we're gonna get an answer on who the Master of Masters is? Like, I mean, we know who he is as a general concept. He
So,
was the
your name?
What did I just...
I don't even know.
I guess there's no harm. My name is...
Yeah, how long do you think it's gonna be before we understand what he said there? It's clearly something important. Xehanort, as a name Xehanort recognized.
I'm a lost master.
Lost master?
Like, do you think they'll be nice enough to let Kingdom Hearts 4 be the game that does it? Even if we don't know when exactly that would be coming? I mean, we don't know how many games there are going to be between 3 and 4. Like, we already had Melody Metal. 75 years, huh? How old is Xehanort? God damn. I guess when time travel's involved,
So funny, old
things can
man.
change.
Mind sharing with us?
I stand here today because of a fated encounter.
Oh man,
Very
Christopher
many years
Lloyd's voice is real weird coming out of Xehanort.
of land. I never learned who he was, and perhaps I never will.
Even though he told me his name, and I guess I
saw the
recognized
things
it.
he spoke of.
We don't have time for bedtime stories.
It's a good thing that that Xehanort's been defeated and they've written him out of the story. This way, when future games come out, they won't have to try and find another voice actor for him.
Are you absolutely sure the others made their way back to their respective times?
So anyway, games between 3 and 4. We already had Melody of Memory. They've said that there's going to be something next year for Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary. They said they were working on something big, but seeing as we haven't heard anything yet, I would doubt it's going to be Kingdom Hearts 4 unless they really learned their lesson on not announcing games too early.
Attempting to locate the new Seven Hearts. Luxor is also somewhere about in this age, but after our last meeting, he went in search of something per your order. Isn't that so?
Huh. Oh, that. Right. Well, let's just say that what he's doing will benefit us in the long run. But it's really of no importance right this second. Go on.
Playing your cards close as usual.
And I hate seeing the veins on Xehanort's forehead. This is on not his forehead, just his head.
Semnus, Vanitas, Riku Replica, and young Xehanort returned to where they came from and reassembled once more. Each of them is seeking a guardian of light.
So, the ones who turn human, and then back again into nobodies are me, you, Luxord, Marluxia, and Larxene, that's 5. The ones from the past transferred into replicas are Ansem, Xemnas, Vanitas, Riku Replica, and the old man's younger self. Then we add the old man in, the total comes up to 11.
I'm glad you can do math.
We're still missing 2.
Now we must discuss why we have assembled here today. My incarnations from past times, vessels into which I transferred my heart, my essence, were destroyed. Thus I was restored to what you see now. For one to completely disappear, their heart and body must be restored to their original form. That is one reason why I distributed my heart into several vessels. Ansem and Xemnas originated from Terra, or rather his young form, and it too was restored. However, my heart has returned to me, while his is yet lost. I decided to fill this hollow vessel with my heart. Indeed, the very same heart had previously resided within young Terra.
So where'd the body come from?
Then, who do we get to replace the kid?
20 replicas were created by Vexen. The first 12 were nothing more than puppets, barely human. The prototype model was the Riku replica, and then number I was made.
I is not a number.
With 6. Ansem, Xemnas, Vanitas,
Honestly, Shion's like original name, like number I, becomes Shion in the organization. Only makes sense if you like instead read the I as a 1, because then it would be no 1, like she doesn't exist. Then it kind of works, but it's not. It's an I, and they specifically call it number I. Like it would have been kind of cool if like they wrote it out like X1ON, like that. it was like written out. That's where Roxas first saw it, and he misread it as Shion.
Vexen's records.
And then it just kind of stuck.
Its existence is greatly linked to Sora's memories.
Honestly, I don't even know if that was the intent.
More than adequate for our needs.
Number I. An imaginary number. How fitting.
Yeah, but I don't think you call that a number. That's a variable.
Transferring hearts. I must go fulfill my duty.
Because you, like, when you're talking, like, square roots, you put the I alongside a number like a variable would.
Sounds to me like you've got everything dependably under control.
Though I suppose it's a variable with a set number. It's the square root of -1. I've learned something in math class.
As we agreed upon.
May your heart be your guiding key.
See, is it supposed to surprise us that a villain is saying something like that? Because, I mean, he was trained as a Keyblade wielder. It's natural he would say things like that. Aside from the fact that the saying itself might be a little too goody-goody for him. So, we've been here for about 20 minutes now. And we are still sitting through cutscenes. Welcome back to the final world, everybody. Hey, guess what? I died again. Cheerthy, I'm back.
This is.
Just looks like, oh great, it's you again.
Back so soon?
And how pathetic are you? You already died again.
What's wrong?
Well,
I hope you like long stories.
Even with the power of waking, you can't just bring someone back.
but Kyrie's heart hasn't been lost yet. She's still with us, right?
Maybe, but this time, I'm afraid the situation is a lot worse.
It's going to be a lot more than just chasing a lich around.
6 hearts. What's one more?
7.
But that's not how it's supposed to work at all.
Well, it did work, so go fuck yourself.
It's meant to be used to wake and restore sleeping hearts, not to restore them after they've completely faded away from existence. You
But has it faded away completely from existence?
As a result, you've managed to greatly alter the course of history itself.
But I wasn't doing it in the past. I'm just changing the way history will proceed, but that's not history.
Nature, and you'll end up paying an extraordinary price.
You'll have to pay the toll to truth.
I've heard that before. So, what's the price?
You'll lose your powers.
Let's see. If we're going by Full Metal Alchemist's dramatic irony on which body part you lose when you perform human transmutation, then Sora is trying to restore Kyrie's heart, therefore he would lose his heart in the process.
Can't return to the world you came from.
And unlike Edward, Alphonse, Izumi, Mustang, he would just immediately die.
There's a lot I don't understand.
Yeah, you and me both, buddy.
I know that this is all I can do right now. I have to do everything I can to get Kyrie back. That's the whole reason behind my journey.
I can't stop you, can I?
Fine, die. What do I care?
To follow my heart.
Well, then this really is goodbye. So listen carefully to me.
Okay, this really is goodbye. Considering what kind of a place the final world is, that either means that my heart is going to be completely gone, or I'll become immortal. I'll take those chances.
Happens, you have to accept it and move on.
Okay, new abilities have been added. What do I got? I don't have a quick step, flash step. What am I gonna do? Launch blade. What even are these moves? Like, how do you perform them? Swing attack. Okay, it's cool. I got plenty of moves. I don't have the AP to use them though. Last charge. Combo finisher. Ooh, I mean, that sounds kind of cool. Again, I don't have the points for it. Seeing as I still have a couple things down here, like Thunder Boost, Arrow Boost, that I haven't been able to equip. My equipment should all still be the same. Yep. Do I have any, like, ups? No. Alright.
Is everybody okay?
The heart you have now, it already existed during that time.
Yeah, so, here is easily the worst part about Remind.
Change that fact. The place where you'll return
We're here again.
is the tear in the fabric of time that was created when you changed your destiny, then changed it once again. In order to not stray
I didn't change it twice from here. I only changed it once.
pass through the hearts of the guardians until you reach Kyrie's heart. Every emotion that each of the guardians felt.
So here's the thing. Sora is going back into the past and reliving these events in the Keyblade Graveyard.
And everything that they felt then, you'll clear a way through it. Traverse
All this stuff. Which means that we will have to play through all of this again.
I can't be sure what's waiting for you at the end.
This is why I was thinking, like, maybe, like, once you bought Remind, there would be a way to integrate it into the main game. Because they do a lot of changes here, not like story ones, but like the way the game is played here. I was thinking, like, okay, it'd be interesting if they could implement those changes
You'll only have
into the
the moment you left for this place. So you'll have to find and restore Kyrie's heart before then.
like if they would implement that into the main game, but no.
The advice I can give you
And to be fair, like the cutscenes here have to happen after you beat the game, because otherwise they wouldn't make sense.
be your guiding key.
So it feels like they wrote themselves into a way where it's like, yeah, you have to be. All right, good job, Sora. Like, you have to just play through this whole final act twice.
This is Ven's heart.
Except it seems to be from the first version of events when everything went wrong, seeing as Ven just got bodied. Leave him be. He deserves death.
What? Who are you?
Darkness. From Konosuba?
Vanitas?
Or was this that Dark Ventus that was the final boss of Dream Drop Distance for some reason? Nope, we're back out. Okay, so we got this thing. Is this Dark Inferno? Yes, Dark Inferno. This is the super boss of the game. Obviously, the version you fight here is a lot easier than the super boss. But this is the guy. Which I guess technically means that the super boss in the main game does technically, is technically like a character that's teasing the next thing. Except for the fact they're not teasing a new game. They're just teasing a DLC expansion. Ow, I got the first one. Oh god, I hate that that stuns me and I just can't do anything. And he is really content to never stand still. So I thought our heart was traveling like back through time into like our old body, into the bodies of all of the other guardians. So when did this happen? Who did this? Okay, how am I supposed to get the timing to do that? Because I was like hitting guard again as soon as I possibly could. I should probably be healing somewhere around now. Oh, there we go. That time the stun didn't work. Damn it, just stand fucking still, man. Okay, well, at least I'll hit him. Deal some solid damage, yo. There we go. Like, I hit guard again, but it, like, wore off or something. Like, earlier than it would have normally. Alright, man. This is, like, the first boss in the game that has the ability to stun you. And, like, that's really just the kind of thing that shouldn't be in a game like this. Like, literally just taking away my ability to act. God, stop fucking moving, yo. Else you literally just missed me that time. Oh, okay, I wasn't exactly expecting that. There we go, okay, Dark Inferno. He's obviously a lot harder if you fight him in the super boss, though I hear people saying he's still a really easy super boss. I don't know, I never went out of my way to fight him. Yeah, so here we are back. Yeah, that was a weird little detour. Listen, if all of this means we get to see Donald fucking die again, that I'll be okay with. That I'll like to see. Oh yeah, here we go. Destroyed. Oh man. Okay, see, that made Remind all worth it. Getting to watch that twice. That wonder twice. Yeah. I gotta push the mic back a little bit. I was peeking it a few too many times there. Man, don't you gotta love the rules of Kingdom Hearts time travel, where even though we've seen all of these events before, and I guess the heart that has seen all of this has happened is here, and watching it, we can't change it? Isn't that just grand? Oh, look, the heart's connected, I guess.
Is this Aqua's heart?
Oh, I wonder what could have given that away. Could it be the giant Aqua?
So peaceful. But this is fear.
Ven was too much of a pure boy.
This can't be real. Huh?
You know, if we were going to have to go through all of this again, couldn't we have gone back to after the point where we had to do all this again? Like, at least on the attempt where things went okay?
They still have their hearts. But we have to protect them.
Right.
And I'm sure together we can stand against even the hardest of enemies.
Mickey, Kyrie, Goofy, watch the others.
And I only just realized how weird it sounds asking Goofy to be a responsible one.
It's too late for that.
There is no safety anymore. Yeah, so remember the first time we saw this giant heartless tornado and Aqua's just like, oh, I give up. Maybe we can always get some context for that. Heartless NATO, Sharknado 6.
No.
It's not just a normal heartless swarm, it's a swarm of evil Aquas. Which, sounds like heaven to me, but, you know, you do you.
So, this is the fear and despair that Aqua feels. And now, I feel it too.
Our hearts are connected. We've linked our D's. D's nuts. Except it wasn't actually evil Aquas. She just saw it. And because of that, she fucking died. Hey, great, we're getting context for all of this stuff. It's great, we're all still losing, though. Hey, let's fight Evil Aqua again, why not? I think I blocked that. Ow, that one not so much. My cactus is even stronger than it ever was before, Aqua. Get ready. Where are you? Stop fucking teleporting. My lock-on can't handle that. Now how about the giant hammer? What the? I was guarding. Oh, they still give me the goddamn pirate ship though. Yeah, just in case I wanted to take this fight seriously, don't worry. We still get to juggle Aqua with the goddamn giant pirate ship. Where'd you go? There you are. Out. Aqua, where are you? I want to drill you, Aqua. And I understand exactly how that came out because that's exactly how I feel in real life. Okay, she managed. It was a good victory pose for me, though. So I'm not stupid. We did literally that exact same fight before, right? Was there literally any reason for us to do it again? So you guys enjoying the round 2 of Everybody Fucking Dies? It's a good time, yo. It's a real good time. Seeing as even the first time we saw it, we didn't believe that they would go through with it. Now that we know it doesn't actually mean anything, getting to watch it all again really just drives that point home. Man, I can be real negative when I want to. Okay. So let's take this one more time from the top.
What gives, Aqua? I know that you're not him. Now let our friend go.
Did I pass through the tear?
Hey, a nominee.
Sora?
Nominee?
I mean, you're in my heart. Why are you surprised to see me here? It's my heart. See the floor?
Lost yourself like I did?
Well, it's a long story. But tell me, why haven't you returned to Kyrie's heart yet?
He is their 13.
Today is the day you all lose.
How many times do we have to see this one cutscene?
What?
Before you even face the 13, every last one of you will be torn heart from body. But fear not. The Keyblade will still be forged.
Because I'm still not able to.
So wait a minute.
But
There are seven pieces of light, 13 pieces of darkness. They need 13 pieces to put together the Keyblade. Then 13 times light and darkness clash.
it's too steep.
If darkness won every time, wouldn't it be only 7 times and the Keyblade wouldn't be made?
His most personal and powerful thoughts.
So didn't light have to win
Sadness.
in order for us to even get that far? In which case, what is Terranoid doing just trying to kill us all immediately? Unless maybe all of us dying the first time created the 7 pieces of light, and then us killing all the organization got the 13 darkness, except for the fact that Kyrie would have died twice in that. So it still doesn't work. Okay, so here's another thing that was shown off in Remind trailers. The fights with the organization at the end of the game, but we had the ability to play as the other characters that were there. Can't tell me I was the only one who heard that, and then they saw this cutscene. They're like, "Oh man, do I get to play as Lingering Will, like a fully powered Lingering Will?"
This is impossible.
No, Lingering Will still really has no purpose showing up here.
For this moment.
He's here to save us and give us a chance, and then he just kind of disappears. Metal doesn't work like that. And Terranos just looking at that like, oh god, no. Unless he did the Goku thing, like surfing on it with the Kamehameha. Okay, yeah, we didn't really want to watch that whole fight again anyway. It's the part I liked. Okay, well, we do get to see more of their battle when it's real Dragon Ball Z. That I can't say I can argue with. That's good. So at least we get to see how Lingering Will just completely fucking vanished from the plot.
Wretched spirit.
As long as Master Xehanort resides within you, you're a threat to Aqua and Ven.
How noble. You would give your life for theirs?
You must be removed from existence. At all costs.
Like that. He doesn't even say, like, defeated or killed. Removed from existence. Oh man, I can feel my rage awakening.
His rage is too strong. He won't respond to me.
He's gone berserk.
No matter who gets hurt, it's bad for Terra.
Is it really? I mean, that lingering will is neither Terra's body nor his heart.
I got this.
Hey. Come on. Listen, lingering will. I've seen what your fight in Kingdom Hearts 2 looks like. You are capable of more than this. He breaks the helmet, rips it off, and he keeps moving even though the armor's hollow. And he sees the blood seal inside. You committed the ultimate taboo. Let's get more Full Metal Alchemist in here.
Hey, I can travel to different times too, you know. Did you think you were the only one with that power?
You dare.
Come on, Sora, you fought Guardian before. Yeah, okay, yeah, his head gets off and you see the blood seal on the back of the neck. Come on. Oh, look, it fades away into light. I guess Lingering Will was never really here. Even though the armor was absolutely very much a physical object.
You too must be ready to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Alright, so let's fight Terranord again. It's the same fight as when he was part of a group of 3, except he's only part of a group of 1 now. He has more HP to make up for it, though. Oh, if Richard Epcar's like little screams like, oh! Get him with that drill. Is he really? Actually, I wonder if he is using like different moves because I don't remember the Guardian actually coming out to fight in the 3v3 fight. Yeah, I'll just do this now. Okay, he's busy though, so I guess I couldn't interrupt that attack. I can still hit him though, so that's cool. And by the way, I do still have the Kupo coin, so even if one of these fights in Remind goes really poorly, I'll be fine. No, I'm good. I definitely don't need Rage Form. That is just going to make the problem worse. Okay, final health bar. I don't. God, good lord, that took a while to start up. Okay, well, you're fucking charging up something. I'm just gonna hit you. There we go. You killed yourself, man. Yeah, just some of these weird sounds this man can make. Oh god, not again. And he just bites my head off. It's the way he's holding me. Oh, never mind. No, I'm an idiot. Zero comes in and blasts off his arm. That's this part. I can't believe it took me more time to think of a Mega Man X reference. I really am very tired if that's the case. I think the only thing I jump at the chance to reference more than Mega Man X is not Full Metal Alchemist, Gurren Lagann. Okay, so we, despite the fact that we got taken out by, Terranort, I guess, we're here now. Don't worry, we're in the labyrinth. This time we're going to do things in a slightly different order. We're going to go this way this time. And we'll do that weird obstacle course this way. So yeah, we do have to fight all 9 members of the organization again. And the fights themselves really aren't any different. It's just doing all of it, sort of reliving the events all over again. I guess we're looking for a place to free Kyrie's heart. Or to find it, at least. I think heading over towards Kyrie would be the easiest way to do it. So, this is the thing that changes. Now you get a choice. Do you want to actually play as Sora, or do you want to play as the other character in the fight? I've been complaining plenty about us redoing stuff we've already seen. Obviously, I'm going to take the other character. Now, granted, obviously, Riku is a character that we've already got the chance to play as in this game a couple times. So, playing as him is not exactly a unique thing. However, it's a chance to play as someone other than Sora, who is the person we've been playing as for most of the game. Obviously, I'm going to take that. Now, the thing is, the characters you pick other than Sora have their own set. They have their own set, like, equipment. Their weapons have different properties. They have different magic. Different health amounts. Usually lower health amounts. So, if you're playing on a higher difficulty, I don't know why Sora went back to his terrible Keyblade, but if you're playing on a higher difficulty, it's recommended you stick with Sora because he's been built up to be better suited to these sorts of fights. But we're not playing on a higher difficulty. We're playing on normal. I can win these fights with the extra characters, so I'm going to take the opportunity to play things a little differently. But see, this is the kind of thing that is what makes me feel like this Remind content could have been part of the normal course of events, because this doesn't change anything. Like, whether or not Sora or Riku is the one that specifically did some of this fighting, like, it doesn't change anything. They were still both here. They were still both doing it. Oh, hang on. Oh, I am... God damn it. Okay, there we go. So now I do have to actually try. Alright, there we go, guys. I did not make it through the entire game without dying in combat. I don't know what abilities Riku has that allows him to survive things. Maybe I should be a little more liberal with the healing. And, of course, the fact that the characters all have different shortcut menus. So I had to look and see, like, okay, it's triangle to heal when I'm playing as Riku. And they give me the ability to back out and change my mind. In case I'm like, oh, no, okay, no, this fight is too hard with the extra character, I'll just stick to Riku. Oh, God, man, the, Get the hell back in there, man. See, hitting him with all that stuff at once is very satisfying. Oh, Sora's... Wow, Sora, you asshole. Sora's just healing himself. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna dodge roll for a little bit. I've still got enough health for the time being. Though, you know what, actually... That's the sort of thing that got me killed last time. Thinking like, I got enough health, I'll be fine. Okay, there we go. Repliku is down. Dark Repliku is down again. Ooh, and guess what? We get to watch this cutscene again. Once again, good lord, would I love to skip this, but no. It's part of the experience. Plus, it's very possible I forget if they change something.
I'm the real one. Aren't you my past self? From when Ansem possessed me? No. You beat Ansem and you're still here. This guy is me.
So how do his clothes change? If his, like, heart is being partially ripped out.
A soon-to-be empty vessel. I've been waiting for a chance like this.
See, I mean, the heart apparently still had the hula skirt, whatever. But the replica itself is wearing the organization cloak.
What are you doing? Take the vessel! No. The world already has you. There's someone else who needs
The world only needs one snake.
You know who I mean.
There we go. You know what? There we go. That's why they're making us watch all these cutscenes again. They're specifically giving me a second chance to make jokes. Bringing in them sick Metal Gear Solid 4 references. That's the good stuff, yo.
Good luck.
That's why we here. Yeah, so Zigbar's still waiting around. We still gotta worry about him. Thank you very much for being patient with us, Zigbar. And apparently Sora did not do shit to actually, like, hurt you in the meantime. But thankfully, I can still completely block all of his goddamn bullets. Sora can just blast him with a... Oh, those ones don't reflect back. Also, they leave mines, which is a bit of a problem. Oh, there we go. We tag teaming him. Yeah, that's it. Ow. Oh, okay. Thanks, Sora. Thanks for healing me this time. Not before, though. God, Dark Faraga deals so much damage. Alright. Now, it's worth noting with the extra characters you play as is the game does take at least partial into account like what their statuses would be. Like Riku didn't really have that much less health than us. Some of the other characters will because they've been out of action for longer or they were just weaker to begin with. I seem to remember it that way at least. I really have not thought about this since I first played it the day it came out in one sitting.
Actually worthy to use one?
Oh, I am worthy.
And it gives us a second chance to see the foreshadowing that he's saying,
What do you mean?
now that we know who Zigbar actually is.
Promised to bequeath me his. Why else do you think I would ever put up with all his nonsense?
It'd be wasted on you.
As if.
And now we can truly see that since Zigbar survived the whole ordeal, he teleported up here and fell off the wall, I guess just to make us think he died, so he had a chance to escape, I guess. Could have just, teleported out of here, just onto the other side of the wall where we completely didn't see you, so we could maybe think he died, like just in a normal puff of darkness, like most organization members do. Alright, so that one went pretty well, I would say. We died, but that happens. I think we all die at least once in our lives. Alright, free clothes.
Replica for Naminé?
Yeah. Wish we could help her now.
So since the empty replica has the cloak, does that mean that anyone who is like put into it would be in the cloak?
Okay.
Like at least at first? Because when Naminé woke up, she was in her normal clothes. So are we to assume that like Ansem the Wise, Vexen, and
I'll be back.
well, Evan, I suppose, and Ienzo took the coat off?
Hey,
In which case that'd be a
I thought
problem.
you'd be gone by now.
Right, Demix. I guess even though he was a member of the organization, we never fought him here.
The organization.
Whoa, chill out. I'm not here to fight, I promise. Listen, name's Demix. It's a long story, but I'm sorta on your side. Oh, right. Here. See? All the cool kids have one, right? Yenzo got me this. Enough proof for you?
Yeah, right. Riku's just like, alright, if you're really one of my friends, what's your top 8 look like?
Apparently, they're looking to find themselves another replica. I heard a rumor that I could maybe find one here from Yenzo. So, I've just been killing time.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Don't worry about it. Not to brag, but I've done this before.
That's not just an empty vessel.
So wait a minute.
Filled with important
Vexen and Demix were part of the 13 in the organization, but obviously they betrayed them. So did they just like fill 2 extra slots? And if so, with who? I guess Shion was probably one of them. Maybe? Was I not at all paying attention to that earlier cutscene? I mean, I guess they said, like, yeah, you got benched. Yeah, I'm in good shape. Let's go. How things going in here, Mickey? See, we're doing things in the opposite order this time. He was the first one I helped the first time. As Xemnas just watches like a jackass. Now, I don't remember. I guess I'll see in a second. Okay, what the hell does specifically trying to wall us in accomplish, Xemnas? Alright, we got 3 organization members. Yes, okay, that I did remember correctly. Even though the big thing with this like section was, ooh, we get to play as all these other characters. No Mickey. This fight we do just have to do exactly as we did the first time. Despite the fact that we've had the chance to play as Mickey in another game, he was very much playable in Kingdom Hearts 2 if you were a fuck-up. Which I think most people were when fighting Zaldin. I actually seem to recall getting Mickey on my first playthrough with the fight against that other boss in Beast's Castle. I feel like I probably mentioned that in my 2 live streams. Oh, the glow went away. It already wore off. That's a shame. And Xemnas is leaving because, like, I've got important standing around to do somewhere else. I'm just going to get back to that. Pops back in for a second. Yes?
Exactly what I needed.
Oh, yeah, we gotta do this again. Oh, yeah, this is the reason they don't let you play as Mickey, because Mickey has to be captured here. See, I'm pretty sure you're getting your soul pulled into a card is, like, literally exactly something that has happened in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not really familiar.
Sora, one final game. The rules are simple. All you have to do to win is find me among these cards and strike me down.
Imagine actually leaving Luxord for last in this. Like, he's got this whole thing that he's clearly trying to make you do. You want to get your partner back. But, I mean, you can focus on Marluxia and Larxene, I guess. There he is. In fact, there he is. Ow. Literally one of the first cards I checked. I was in the middle of a combo there. Alright, I got a drill now. This is not a drill. Oh, that was probably bad. Oh, never mind. That worked out absolutely perfectly. As intended.
You were born for these sorts of games.
Real weak member of the organization, Luxord. 2 health bars, really? All you got?
What's this?
A wild card. You've earned it.
Yeah, this is just here to remind us that, yeah, Sora does have that wild card that we didn't see anything about in the main game after this point.
Play again someday. When we're just guys.
I should like that very much, Sora.
You know, it suddenly occurs to me I didn't go into detail on what the secret ending entails. I guess I'll just save that once we're done with Remind. Because it doesn't really affect anything here. In fact, if anything, the secret ending that Remind has just adds to it. So it'll be better to do all that in one fell swoop. Speaking of one fell swoop, guess what? Ooh. New move. Alright, Faith Volley. Oh yeah, this shit. It's like whoop. Whoop. I'm assuming I hit some of you somewhere in there. I guess I can't say for certain. Oh, I guess I'm going for Larxene now. I thought I was looking at Marluxia before, but alright. I'm not super opposed to the concept of drilling Larxene. Okay, well that at least hit Marluxia, so that's good. And apparently Larxene way over there. Getting electrocuted real good over here because I cannot time a block to save my damn life. You would not expect that out of me, seeing as I can beat Metal Gear Rising with literally no problem. I've never tried it on a harder difficulty, but I can guarantee you I could at least handle hard without much trouble. The only difference being I might actually have to use those healing repair nano pastes. Like if I'm playing the game normally, I don't need those at all. Not at this point, at least. Talking plenty of Metal Gear Rising, I'm aware. Yeah, how you guys like the juggling? Alright, Larxine's down. I do find it kind of interesting that different members of the organization get different versions of the theme when they die. Like, this one's a lot softer than the one that played after we beat Zigbar.
I didn't ask you for your garbage opinion.
It's not an opinion, though. I was just stating a fact.
Bunch of losers like you.
She should have said lamers.
Could be worse.
Call back to Kingdom Hearts 2.
Become that geezer's heart tank. No thanks.
Then why help him?
It's a way for a girl to spend a Saturday night.
For the ride.
With
My secret.
So what is that with supposed to mean? Like, I was just along for the ride with, like, I guess with Xehanort, or maybe with me. Maybe, I don't fucking know. I was blocking that time. Yeah, I'm blocking. What the hell's going on here? Okay, that time it worked. Yeah, Marluxia, you wouldn't be so hard if I had a deck of cards right now. If I had my carefully prepared deck in front of me, Marluxia, you would be screwed. Oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. Yeah, kill him with heart bubbles or something. Some weird shit like that. Who knows? Sky, that color blue in the sky, like that is very much baby boy blue.
So now it all comes back to me.
That was my eBay password.
hey, is that a real laugh?
Yes. My heart is remembering how to feel.
Would you like to hear my fake laugh, though? Sure. Ha 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 ha.
Cusp of reclaiming my identity.
Yeah, whatever happened to Tidus and Waka and Selphie?
Thanks to you.
Like they are, despite the fact that they were our best friends, they are just living on Destiny Islands, completely oblivious to everything that is happening. Like, did they have a conversation about all this after Kingdom Hearts 2?
Sora, I'll go after
Kyrie clearly wasn't talking to them about it between 1 and 2, because they all forgot I existed. Like, is there going to be a point after all of this where, like, they just have to go and tell them, it's like, yeah, by the way, we were doing some real crazy shit. Okay, so we still have 2 more big battles with the organization left, but it's 9:41 at night, and I am tired. So I am just going to save over my game, and we are going to call it here. What the? How do I have the exact same amount of money? Yeah, this is my save file after I... This is my save file after I just beat the game, because it was 22 hours exact. Or am I an absolute moron who wasn't even looking until after I saved the game to compare the money amount? No, wait, never mind. No, of course, because this is my... No, wait. Yeah, you know what, I'm a moron. Never mind, forget I'm saying anything. I'm very tired. I want to say I'm going to go to bed, but I still got to do the dishes tonight, and I'll probably stay up a little bit later anyway. Whatever. I was thinking about doing this tomorrow, but nah, join us next week, where we put an end to Kingdom Hearts 3 once and for all. I was hoping we'd be done this week, but whatever. It's